and welcome to the Just As It Live, a show where I scrub the surface on weekly topics and I try to dive deeper into the meaning of things. So if you're interested in getting hot takes on problematic things happening in the news and in the media, this is the show for you. So don't forget to follow me on social media, subscribe, seriously, subscribe. I'm desperate. I seek validation from people and from likes. Please subscribe, I'm trying to grow my channel. Please subscribe, I'll give you money. So people seem to think that cancel culture is ruining pop culture. But is it really so? In this episode, we're going to be diving deep into cancel culture and why I personally think it holds a place in modern society. So what is cancel culture? Cancel culture is when a prominent figure or a celebrity has said or done problematic things, either now or in the past, and consequently, regular people like you and I decide that they will no longer support them or their endeavors, thus making them cancelled. In this day and age, examples are everywhere. Celebrities are getting called out for their problematic behavior and for their racist comment or insensitive words. And as a result, they're losing monetary opportunities such as brand sponsorship, network deals, and TV shows. The point of cancel culture is to hold these figures accountable on the poor choices that they make. It also signals to them that members of their audiences or their community take offense at some specific things that they have said or done. Now, in the most prominent cases of cancel culture, I have to say that the majority of the celebrities who recently got flamed by the media did merited them losing support, or at the very least, they did deserve being called out. What I'm trying to say is that there are celebrities who either made poor choices or straight up did horrible things where their cancellation was completely fair, I think. So let's get a list of prominent celebrities that got cancelled real quick this year, right? You got Chris Brown for beating Rihanna. It's on the list because it's always going to be in the list, right? Kanye West for supporting Donald Trump. Louis C.K. for jerking off on plants. You got R. Kelly for starting a sex cult. Logan Paul for filming himself with a suicide victim for views. Woody Allen for being creepy. Girl with no job for being racist. Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby for being actual rapists. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Now, when it comes to artists and actors, the biggest counter-argument against cancel culture is that we're told that we should separate the art from the artist. That art should not suffer for the sins or the mishaps of the artists themselves. That we should support art at all costs. And this may have been the case back in the 1800s and the 1950s, but I don't see why it should be the case now. And the reason being is that we as consumers now have an unprecedented access to celebrities' lives because of social media.
Look pretty for my Instagram right now.
Don't listen, not
look
this
pretty
one.
for my IG and get me followers.
And with this access to their personal beliefs and what they stand for, we now get to decide to support the artist's body of work, and beyond that, we also get to decide if we support the artists themselves. I think it's actually great, and I think it's important because the art a person creates is heavily influenced by the person's past, the person's experience, and personality. And while I can agree that your talent puts you in the map, it brings you exposure, it is the person's presence and personality that creates fandom and guarantees ongoing support. So for instance, right, people love Beyonce's music, but what keeps them beyond that point is what she stands for. The embrace of Black features, the fact that we can relate to her vulnerabilities as she's expressed them about her marriage. People also love Kendrick Lamar, not just because the fact that he's talented, but also because he has an ability to be raw and honest about his inner demons. So much of good art is influenced by the artists themselves, and it kind of feels unfair to ask a fan to support the art and take away the artist. It's merely impossible for the majority of us. And that's why when Chris Brown sings about how much he loves women and how much he wants to treat them right, As a fan, I think I can choose to stop supporting him if I know he's out here beating women out in these streets, like Rihanna or like Karuchi, allegedly. If Lena Dunham decides to write a book around feminist rhetorics, as a person, I think I get to choose not to buy her book if I'm now aware that she has shown some anti-feminist tendencies. And that's the thing with cancel culture. It ultimately is a matter of personal choice. And while it's disappointing when someone we've come to admire shows us that their action doesn't necessarily align with our personal belief, it's also important to be mindful that these same individuals are undergoing their own process of growth and learning. They just do it in a largely more public setting than we typically do. It's also important to be conscientious of who you support and the ethical implication that comes with supporting them as a fan. And there are many questions that I got around cancel culture etiquette, right? Questions like, what should be the expiration date on someone's cancellation? When does it become too late to forgive? Whose place is it to say when someone should be forgiven? At the end of the day, everyone has their own opinion as to who deserves forgiveness and who doesn't. However, a general rule of thumb is that if you're not part of the group in question that was targeted by someone's comment or action, you do not get to decide if that person responsible deserves forgiveness. And I know it may sound harsh, or it might be hard to grasp, but hear me out, right? If black people are mad at Kanye West for saying slavery was a choice, you as a non-black person does not get to decide if Kanye deserves forgiveness. Black people should make that call. If women in the Me Too movement or outrage at Louis C.K.'s attempt to come back, you as a man who has never been sexually assaulted, you do not get to decide when we should accept his stage comeback. Now, you may have your personal opinions on these subjects, of course, but you don't really get to have a say on someone else's lack of forgiveness. And furthermore, if you're not offended by someone's word or action, great for you. Just please don't tell other people what they can and cannot be offended by. And lastly, are some things beyond forgiveness? Yeah, you betcha. And to each person, that line is different. There are many things that need to be considered, and I don't have all of the answer. Because each situation is different and each person has their capacity for forgiveness that's different. And as such, the result will always change and it'll always be different. There's no general rule to it. So that's why in conclusion, while I encourage everyone to be critical of the media and the art that they consume, we also have to be able to leave an open mind for human error when we see fit. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. And I do want to know, what are your thoughts on cancel culture? Is there something that you guys think I didn't discuss? Who are the celebrities that you think deserve to be canceled? And who are those that you think that should be forgiven? Let me know in the comment section. And again, guys, don't forget to follow me on social media, subscribe to this channel. I am in desperate need of growing my channel and to serve you guys more content. Please like and share this video with your friends. And don't forget to be overthinkers, guys. I love the fact that people become more analytical on things that are happening in their life and they're able to scrub the surface on things happening in real time. See you next time.